A 9-year-old girl has been given a chilling account of how her guardian held her hand in boiling water for taking her 2 cedis to buy food. Madam Ellen Sewa, a teacher, is accused of managing the injury at her house in Goso, in the Ahafo region, for days until the hand began to deteriorate. Doctors at the Bibiani Government Hospital say the girl has a 20% chance of regaining finger functioning. Her poor family is seeking financial help in saving her hand. Love FM's Erastus Asaridonko has been following the story and our reports.
Looking weak, frail, and in pain, Stephanie sports a left hand in bandages and open wounds on 2 fingers on her right hand. Stephanie was named after the husband of her alleged abuser, Ellen Sewa, due to his benevolence. The Pentecost Church elder, Stephen Nketia, requested to bring her over to stay with his family. The child speaks of persistent caning and starving until late last month when she took 2 Ghana cedis to buy food.
On Friday, no, the son.
With anxiety in her eyes, she tells me how she was punished by her stepmom.
On one no rice school come, no them call them no or chichile me boy kunyam, no chichile me nine boy kunyam no man ba so na mama no aso me son no di shensu. Nti audition shenum no man o manager na bo funfunyana maame no kotam blade no de papa ya.
Her biological mother, Margaret Foucault, is shocked at the development.
Stephanie dia na aye o ni achechire ne nsabonkum no. And was Obio na Wakasa no on Susu. It was Sunday yam shame. Nam Casa mommy, eti dear wire me pay ye. And a mamma no ebunko to Jena wosu. Was half flame mine back could be so mine embla. Ti mine a buy and obunko to dra wosu. The iron. Ayading. There will be a walk a cra, say empire boy from Sika from Bia or Nipana one, and Webia or Wobia. Or Mom Waye, Nayam Fanya Sevayabo, Fran and Sano, a bit to me.
Dr. Deborah Mensah at the Bibiani District Hospital told Love News the girl needs urgent surgery to increase her chances of saving her hand.
The burns is very severe. Already all the fingers and the palm are edematous. Our major concern right now is that the child was not brought on time, and so there are already complications from the burns. The child is already unable to extend the fingers. They are matted together. We need to separate the fingers. It's unlikely that the hand was in the water for a short while. If that were the case, then we would only expect like maybe 1st-degree burns, which would result in blisters and would usually heal quite quickly. But for there to be contractures and things, it's more than a 1st-degree burn. Most probably the hand was kept in the water for a bit of time.
At the house where the abuse took place at Goso, we met Stephen Nketia, husband of the suspect. He told our news team the suspect, a nursing mother, is sick and has since regretted her action. But police say they are going ahead with prosecution. Ellen Sewa was arrested and granted bail by a Goso Circuit Court. ASP Mavis Perfect Kamasa is a Ahafo Regional Commander of the Police Domestic Violence and Victims Support Unit.
As the suspect was released on bail by the court, and she is to reappear to court on 31st of May. We are also speeding up with our investigation so that we can get the docket ready by then. so that we properly prosecute her.
Reporting for Joy News, Erastus Asaredonko, Goso, Ahafo Region.
We'll later bring you more on this story because the reporter is currently with the police. So we'll bring you latest on this one very shortly. But for now, police on the Walawale Tamale Highway have arrested 3 men with arms at Kukwabila near Nasia in the West Mamprusi municipality of the Northeast region. The suspects, including 2 Nigerians and a Ghanaian, were together arrested with a load of AK-47 rifle, a foreign-made pistol, and ammunition concealed in the vehicle that they were traveling with. The suspects are currently in the custody in Tamale after a circuit court in the northern region capital granted a remand application for further investigation. Regional Crime Officer Superintendent Baba Ananga said the police are yet to establish the real motive of the suspect, but added that based on preliminary investigation, they are looking to arrest accomplices.
Our men that are on the roads, very vigilant. They were placed there on anti-robbery operations on the highway. You know, the Kukobila, Nashia roads, the Bolagatanga highway. Recently, we experienced a lot of robberies on the roads. So the Regional Police Command decided to put policemen on the highway, others on patrols, others operating checkpoints. So a vehicle just pulled up, and they suspected it to be a vehicle that has suspicious characters on them, and conducted a search, retrieved some weapons and 1 AK-47 and a pistol, and caused the arrest of the persons.
How many individuals were there?
There were 3.
Where are they now?
They are on remand. They have been arraigned before court, and they are in custody assisting us in investigations.
I'm asking, they haven't mentioned that to you?
That they were targeting somebody?
The police, yes.
No, they didn't tell me that they were targeting somebody. They also mentioned to me the source and also the destination that they were going. But we were interested in why they were in possession of such arms.
And the source and the destination, where were they going?
Well, I cannot reveal to you our investigations, what we have at hand and we intend to pursue. Telling you everything in the media, what we intend to do, what we are about to do, our destination, our source and all that it's too early for us to do that. It is only the investigation when we conclude that, then we come out with our information, the facts that we have, and we lay bare before the court. Mind you, the case is before court. We cannot just do our investigations on the media.
I mean, is it also true that the court has issued a bench warrant for an individual?
Of course, when you are investigating a case and suspects are in custody, of course you will have other suspects that you need to arrest. There are accomplices out there, especially you look at the source, look at the destination. You also look at the other persons that you think may help in the investigations. There are some people that we think who may assist us in our investigations, which we are inviting them for that.
Deputy Foreign Minister Kweku Amprechum Sapon has lamented the rising insurgency in West Africa. He detailed that the occurrence of coups which hinders on peace, stability and economic development of the sub-region must be tackled head-on. He therefore called on stakeholders of the Economic Community of West African States, ECOWAS, to map out strategies not only targeted at finding solutions to the coup incident, prevent it from occurring. Now, he was speaking at a sensitization workshop on ECOWAS protocols in the Volta regional capital of Ho.
The ECOWAS sensitization workshop brought together key stakeholders, civil society organizations, public servants, media personnel and students. The workshop was to enlighten participants on the operatives, protocols and objectives of ECOWAS. The Volta Regional Minister, Dr. Achibodi Yaolecha, underscored efforts made by ECOWAS towards achieving regional integration.
Indeed, for about 47 years, the objectives of ECOWAS have not been fully achieved. That notwithstanding, some appreciable level of effort has been made to create a borderless sub-region to enhance free trade and movement of people. Therefore, as a sub-regional organization with the main aim of promoting economic cooperation among member states in order to raise the living standards and promote economic development, ECOWAS has protocols and conventions which each sovereign member states ratified and adopted. Consequently, there is a need for each member state to adhere to the protocols and conventions.
The Deputy Foreign Minister, Kweku Aprachum Sapon, emphasized the need for stakeholders to be concerned about the insurgency in the sub-region.
Regional integration is not just an economic issue. Following widespread conflict and instability in the sub-region in the 90s and early 2000s, ECOWAS leaders came to the realization that economic prosperity cannot be achieved in the absence of peace and security. That is to say that regional integration was found to be intricately and extricately woven into the fabric of peace and security other than just economic issue. So it's against this backdrop that the coup situation in the region is a vital topic of discussion during this workshop. In this two-day workshop, we hope to explore issues related to conflict development, the recent upset of coup d'etats, and its impact on the sub-region, as well as the role ECOWAS plays in conflict management, reconstruction, and peace building in West Africa. Being fully aware that economic development cannot be achieved in the absence of peace and security, conflict in our backyard should concern us and motivate us not only to find solutions, but also to prevent its spread.
He, however, indicated that, irrespective of achieving great strides, some ECOWAS member states have created artificial barriers curtailing the success of the regional integration objective.
I produce the things in Ghana. I am free and at liberty to sell in any of the West African countries. And they are producing in their countries and they are bringing them here. But when we are taking them there is wahala. This one is nobody's creation. It's our own who are creating it. We've opened our border, and I'm sure the minister, the police have not. They haven't. Now, you see, where is the problem? It is not to do with the fact that ECOWAS is what is making it difficult. It is our own government who, at a point in time, will create all these artificial barriers and artificial problems and artificial confusion.
Fred Kwame Asari, JoyNews.
Now let's return to our earlier story where a 9-year-old girl has had her hand damaged through maltreatment from the Guardian. Erastus Asaridonko is the producer of that particular story and he joins me live on the line now. Erastus, good morning. What is the latest on this story?
Come again.
What's the latest on this story? What do we know now? What have we gathered?
So after visiting the victim at Goso, and we also spoke with the doctors there, it was advised that they refer her because now we have the fingers bonding together and clenching. And so the doctors say if it continues like that, it's possible that she will have a 20% chance of ever using the fingers again. And so now it's a race against time to try to get help for her. In fact, the mother told me that they don't have any resources at all to seek further medical treatment. And so we have to step in, bring them all over to Konfanochi, get a doctor to examine the fingers so that we'll be able to know what help will be given and how much that one is going to cost. So as of yesterday, we had a plastic surgeon at Konfanochi examining the fingers. This morning, we'll be able to know what help is going to be done. But we understand that plastic surgery will be done to try to stretch the fingers and to try to bring light to them.
I overheard the doctor there saying that they suspect that it wasn't just dipping of the fingers in hot water. Were they suspecting that probably it could have been for longer hours?
Yes, if you heard the doctor say it, she emphatically stated that the severity of the burns indicates that the hand was held for more than a minute in the hot water, because it's more than a first-degree burn. It's gotten to the core, and they did not treat it early. They left it, used some herbal concoctions on it for about 2 weeks before they sent her to the hospital, and so it developed a lot of infection. And so that is what they're saying, that it is hot water, all right, as the girl herself says, but then the hand was held in the hot water for a longer period.
What has happened to this woman at the center of the story?
The woman was arrested and sent to the Gorso Circuit Court, arraigned before the Gorso Circuit Court. She was granted bail because, I'm told, she's nursing a 5-month-old baby. So the judge, in his own wisdom, granted her bail to breastfeed the baby, and the case is scheduled for another date for her to come before the court for trial to begin.
Well, you told us that the parents say they have nothing to help in taking care of this young lady. Do you know how much is requested to restore this young lady's fingers?
For now, Multimedia got some money that could be used to at least take care of the examination, the consultation fees and other things. But we are yet to know exactly how much or what procedure will be needed to be able to cover, provide the services the baby needs.
So where is this young lady now, and how is she faring? Erastus, if you can hear me, I'm asking where this young lady is and how she and the parent are faring.
Well, for now, she's okay. Just that she has gone through so much pain, and you could see that on her face. And when you speak with her, she's anxious of what will happen next. They try to stretch the fingers that are forming together, and that was so painful, the doctors tell me. And so she's gone through a lot and a toll on her.
Okay. I mean, how long has this young girl been living with the guardian? And how did she end up with them?
Come again, I didn't hear that.
How long has this young girl been living with the guardian, and how did she end up with them in the first place?
Well, so if you listen to the report, the girl was named after a Pentecost elder who is a husband to the suspect. And so at a point in time, it was the husband who requested that the girl should come and stay with the family at Gorso. They themselves, they were staying with the parents at Bibiani, a village at Bibiani. And so they agreed and gave her to the man. And the man in turn gave the child to his wife to look after her. And he is an elder of the Pentecost church at Brekum. And so he goes and comes. And within that 3-week period that he was out of the house, that is where this particular abuse happened. But according to the girl, she's been staying with the mother for about 2 years now. She's been caned many times. Sometimes she says she gets lashes on the back, and she's starved. She's not given enough food. That's what she tells me. So she's been staying with the stepmom for 2 years now. But just about 3 weeks ago, that is where the abuse happened.
Oh, very shocking there. Now, this elder has told you that it was 3 weeks when he was not around. What else has he been saying in relation to this particular hurt that have been, or harm that have been brought to this young girl?
Well, so we went to the house. We wanted to meet the suspect. But when we went there, they told us that she was not well and that she has not been well since the case came public. And that she says she doesn't know what came over her. And so that is what the husband has also been corroborating, telling us that the wife is very sorry and that she doesn't know what came over her. Currently, she's sick out of this incident, and so she cannot talk to us. So she herself, we've not been able to meet her, but we understand she's nursing a 5-month-old baby.
Very shocking there. Asos, thank you. We pray that this young girl would have a successful surgery and then restore her fingers. Now, we would like to appeal to you, who's watching now, to help take care of this young girl. Now, you know, Erastus told us that their parents have said they have nothing really to cater for this young girl. But if you are watching and you've seen how the fingers have been damaged, you'd have a feel for this young girl and you'd want to help in restoring her fingers. If that is it, kindly contribute towards this. I'm sure we'll be scrolling the numbers for which you can send your contribution to, so that we can all come together and help save this young girl. It's quite a very disheartening development there. Now, moving on from that story, authorities at the Kintampo Senior High School in the Bono East region are appealing to government to help in the completion of abandoned project in the school to enhance academic work. Headmaster of the school, Samuel Kweku Donyina, made this appeal during a heavily attended deba to climax the 50th anniversary celebrations of the school. Correspondent Anas Sabit was at a function and filed the following report.
A grand deba to climax the 50th anniversary celebrations of the Kintampo Senior High School has been held with a call on authorities to help improve the school's infrastructure, which, according to the students, is affecting academic activities.
Kintampo Senior High School faces many difficulties, which reduces academic performance. First, I would love to talk about the lack of furniture in our school. Most students find it's time for dining when they go, unless they enter batch by batch, until all of them get food to eat, which reduces academic performance. It makes most students go to class late. And also, we lack dormitories. Our dormitories are inadequate. Lack of them have made girls very few in the school, and also lack of beds too. Most students, especially the fun ones who just reported, lie on the floor.
As you can see, in this world, everything is about computer. So how can a student be in school without studying ICT? So I'm pleading on the government that they should come to our aid to help Kintampo Senior High to build an equipped computerized laboratory to help the academic work of Kintampo Senior High School.
Headmaster of the school, Samuel Kweku Donyina, disclosed that authorities of the school have been forced to convert a master's bungalow into a girls' dormitory to help manage the school's accommodation challenges. This he attributes to the slow pace of projects under construction within the school.
We have several challenges in the school. Notably, one among them is the road network. Very, very, very poor. You have seen it for yourselves. We again have challenges with girls' dormitory. As at now, we have converted one master's bungalow that was supposed to be for the assistant headmaster domestic. We have converted to girls' dormitory. We hope people will come and support us. We have some projects that are ongoing, but at a very snail pace.
He appealed to stakeholders in the education sector to come to the aid of the school to help solve these challenges.
We are praying that Get Fund, government and all people who are in charge will help us fix it, so that the student would have a bit of comfort as they learn for the betterment of their future and Ghana at large.
Guest speaker and former student of the school, lawyer Samuel Boache, called on the student body to contribute their quota towards building their futures by taking their lessons seriously.
Dear students, you must learn, do your class assignment, research, do homework, write examinations, attend classes, participate in class and school activities fully, and also take part in extracurriculum activities. The word you must watch is that a little learning is a dangerous thing. Dear students, get a role model. Student, target somebody. Target somebody and said, I would like to be like this man. A good person, of course.
Anna Sabit, Joy News, Kintampo.
Now, Adisada College has been crowned as Central Region champions of the APSA National Science and Maths Quiz Regional Championship after a heated finals Thursday evening. Wesley Girls and Fanspem School and Holy Child School were eliminated at the early stages of the competition. At the end of the finals, Adisada College had 52 points, St. Augustine's College 41 points, University Practice SHS at 37 points, and Ghana National College at 23 points. Maxwell Agbagba has more from Cape Coast.
All hail the 2022 Central Region champions of the APSA Science and Maths Quiz Regional Championship at Desado College.
New champions of the Central Region APSA Science and Maths Quiz Championship. It's all excitement here at the Center for National Culture. These are George students cannot control the excitement. They beat St. Augustine's College. They also beat Ghana National College to lift the trophy as the 2022 Central Region champions. This is what it is. And this is the moment of pride for all of them. Play up, set the conscience. Play up and play that game. Give nothing but your best and never take a rest. Play up for them.
Adisado College fought hard to get this by winning their first contest with a 22 points gap. It was a close contest throughout the first 3 rounds in the finals until the 4th round when it became clear it was going to be Adisco's day. The contestants say they are determined to win the national glory for their school.
It's been a while and we are really excited because since I think 2015 we haven't won the regional championship and that I'm really excited, overwhelmed for this opportunity for winning it. Yeah.
Did you think that you were going to win?
Yeah, we had confidence in ourselves by God's grace because the fact that the teachers told us that we will win, then with that faith we had in ourselves, we knew we'll make it today.
Okay. What should we expect in the national championship?
Just the best from us.
What was it like? Beating all these schools?
I'll just say it's by grace. Like, it's nothing of our own doing. It's just God or Allah doing everything for us.
For the current and old students, their joy had no limits.
No size! No size!
We are very excited because we came here with them, we came with Christ, and now we have won. And so we are giving all the glory to God. Yes, we thank God for this one. And we came with very good quiz boys. You see, last year we came with quiz boys, but they were good. But at a certain point in time, we were evicted. But now, by the grace of God, we've come with very good students, and we are going to win. And it's all because of God. Up center. The same way we've won here, the same way we've prevailed over the rest. Yes, we know we are going to prevail over the rest. You understand? And so we are going to win that one too. On God. Thanks to God.
All I want to say is you can never rule a disco out. Never rule a disco out. Never rule them out. The reason why they are supporting us.
Wesley girls in the 2021 national competition made it to the semi-finals, but suffered elimination at the early stages of the regional championship this year. In contest 2, University Practice SHS had 51 points, Assin State College 22 points, Holy Child School 22 points, and Wesley Girls High School 17 points. Quiz mistress Dr. Telma Ohinia G of the University of Ghana School of Pharmacy is not happy with the performance of the girls' schools.
Every school put up their best, so I was very impressed with the regional qualifiers. Unfortunately, a lot of the girls' schools fell out, but yeah. But with
your school fell out?
Yeah, my school fell out, sadly. I mean, I still can't get my head around how that happened. Like, 17 points, I don't think it's ever even happened in the history. Yeah, but...
What do you think could be wrong with the girls' schools? So, I mean, every year we keep talking about this.
Exactly. But especially with this particular year, and I spoke to the girls from Wesley Girls, and I don't think they are that prepared. They claim the regionals happen a bit early, before they are prepared. So they say they will do better in the nationals because they would have had time to prepare. But yeah, we still haven't, we don't have that thing. We don't know what's happening with the girls' schools. And today, particularly with the Holy Child and Wesley Girls competition, I noted in particular it was an issue of speed. Because every single time Wesley Girls rang their bell, they were second to have rang their bell. And even if we always say that even if you know the answer and you don't have speed, you can't, yeah. So I think it's still a matter of the speed, or I don't know if it's also that bit of confidence push to that daring thing. I think the boys would always do risk it, but it seems the girls don't have that yet. But I think the championship especially, it's fantastic. I couldn't believe at the end of first round it was just a point difference, and then in the second round it wasn't even very clear because Adisco and Ogasco were still head on, and then of course the true or false separated the men from the boys. So fantastic. I think Adisco deserved it.
My name is Cyril Nye, Head Communication and Sponsorship. So it's part of our commitment to partner the right key stakeholders to create the right interest in STEM education among young people. Because if you look at our future world of work, science and maths, the STEM subjects play a very key and crucial role in that. And as a nation, we need that to ramp up our development and to ensure that we have a brighter future for our young people. Because sitting up there and answering all those questions is not a joke. And for us, it speaks to our brand attributes of being brave and passionate and ready. And we see that a lot in a lot of the young people coming up there. And for us, it's exciting because it also expresses our Africanity spirit.
So that was Maxwell Agwe's report there. But let's bring you Tech Thursday and Spiky Tech Talk, and Spiky is with me in the studio. I was just telling you that tech guys are now in control of the world. You know, Elon Musk and his people. Spike, good morning.
Good morning.
How are you?
I'm very well. How are you?
I'm great. So what's up for today?
Okay, number one, passwords. You know, you have so many accounts all over the internet, and you have to remember passwords for each of them. And it's established that using the same password across all platforms is not secure. It's quite, it's bad, and you could get hacked. I mean, if I got one password, I could have access to all your other accounts. It's like using the same key for every door in your house. The moment the person enters with one, and they have all the keys, like have access to every single room. So all the big companies, Apple, Google, and Microsoft, are soon going to implement what they call a passwordless sign-in.
Okay.
Now, what's going to happen is that if you're going to sign into any platform on the internet, it's going to use your phone as your key. So your password, your fingerprint, your Face ID, or your pattern that you use to unlock your phone is what you use to access any login that you access on the internet using a technology called FIDO passkey. And so hopefully by next year, you can forget your passwords. But don't forget your phone password.
But because I see Gmail trying something that if you are trying to log in, they send code to the phone.
Exactly.
so that if it is you,
then it allows you. So that's two-step verification.
Yeah.
And they've realized that works very well.
Yeah.
It prevents hackers from getting in because, sometimes you're trying to log into a website. What they can do is they will clone the website and make it the same thing and ask you for the username and password. And you will also go and enter the username and password thinking that you're accessing that site. But what you realize is that it's a phishing site, as we call it, and it's a fake site. You enter your username and password, they get it, and they can get in. But now, with that verification, that has to come on your device. They need physical access to your device, which they would have to grab you to get.
To get that.
So
wow.
it's good. For security, it's good. And for older people, like our mothers and our fathers who are constantly calling us, I can't remember my password. Yeah, we'll save us all that stress.
Nice, okay. So from password.
WhatsApp, the largest peer-to-peer messaging system in the world right now, second to WeChat in China. But everybody is using WhatsApp the world over, apart from the East. And they're bringing out new stuff, emoji reactions, and now you can send files larger than 100 megabytes. At first you had a limit, 100 megabytes. Now it's 2 gig.
This will be awesome.
Yeah.
So we can send our videos via WhatsApp.
People start sending movies. Because 2 gig, 1.5 gig could be a whole movie. Somebody will send it into a group, and if you have auto download, you end up realizing that your data is all run out. So someone dropped the whole movie in a group. And speaking about groups, now the number is being doubled. From 256 members, it's moved to 512 members.
Whoa.
So yeah, your old school platform, that's all your, old Toms, Accras, and Disco, all that. And then sometimes it's limited. So you have to have a group 1, group 2, group 3.
Yeah.
And some of them are moving to Telegram because that allows you to have bigger groups. But now WhatsApp says groups are going to have 512 members. So yeah, that's good.
It doesn't want to lose out too, because once it knows that Telegram is taking more, it says, okay, let's expand them.
But 512. Your alma mater, how many were you?
We're too many.
Yeah,
we're too many.
So they should make it like 1,000 or 2,000.
So of course, if they want to catch up with Telegram, they have to open it up.
Yeah, because Telegram takes like 20,000, 500,000, depending on if you go with super groups. They have too much work to do. And then they said reactions. So now instead of putting laugh out loud or putting emojis to react to a message somebody posts, you can actually react directly on the message and not clog up the group chats with laughing emojis and stickers. But people still love their stickers.
Interesting. What's next?
Twitter, they're bringing new features as well. And on Twitter, when you are posting a tweet and it has pictures or videos, you can't put both together. You can only put pictures or videos. But now, you're going to get both. You can put both videos and pictures in one tweet, which is good news for people who like using Twitter to, post their pictures. Although Twitter is more text and people are always like, don't bring your Facebook behavior to Twitter and be posting pictures. But yeah, sometimes you want to put mixed media, some photos and some videos. And they said it's coming back. It's not coming back, it's being introduced.
Is it the Elon Musk effect?
Well, not yet. The Elon Musk effect hasn't taken effect yet. But speaking of Elon Musk, I like the fact that you brought it. You know why it's good to have rich friends? I said, he wants to buy Twitter for $44 billion, and his rich friends are giving him money.
To buy it?
Yes. Larry Ellison, who is the CEO of Oracle, just gave Elon Musk, shall you take this $1 billion, add it to your money and go and buy Twitter.
But that will be his share of the company.
So it's like an investment sort of. But
it's incredible. It's awesome.
$1 billion.
He doesn't go to the bank to borrow.
No.
A friend.
$1 billion. And, you had a lot of people, Binance CEO, like a lot of companies are also throwing money behind Elon Musk. And which is interesting. It means that they all believe that with his brilliance, he can improve Twitter. And, wow, one can only dream.
Well, that's why you're my friend. So when I need to set up something,
I got you.
You give me some 1 million cedis and that's it.
I can't do that.
All right. So that's it. We'll break for business now with Daryl Call. Stay with us.
Hi, welcome to Business. My name is Daryl Kwao. Imagine quitting a job you have built for years for a seasonal business that suddenly dwindles. That's the story of Mary, a seamstress who quit her regular job and invested all her savings into the face mask business due to the emergence of the COVID-19 pandemic. What's next for Mary? Well, James Ishan engages her in this report.
What you saying?
Me adu mako.
No smacks say anything.
Me have one cedi there wa ha. And a box so no say 8 cedis.
Na se say adwuma na ekosen na minimza na say o man pen ka say no smacks enye o share say we adwuma ni say
sisi ade na kasa wie ye de ama business no aye de ama ye kakra sa na ye to ma ye first sisi ade nti sakra
me am tu musa bebre o de ma maintenance na ye ndi nkomo ye fa ne o ma ye kono.
Okay.
At 7 a.m., and Mary is preparing to go to the market where she sells her face masks. She's been selling theirs for the past 2 years at the heat of the COVID-19. It's been almost 3 weeks after the president made mention of the fact that the wearing of face masks was no longer compulsory. This has led to the wearing and patronage of nose masks in the country's capital dropped considerably. But for Mary, who was a seamstress before venturing into the face mask business, she says she's not going back to her sewing business, regardless the gains she made from the sewing business previously and now the challenges she faces in selling the face masks at the market.
I'm a the area but
I was a seamstress in my area, but at the heat of the COVID-19 and the restrictions on human movement, cost of living was very high. So I decided to start sewing nose masks for sale at Circle. I later went for the disposable nose mask and face mask for sale.
Sales might have dropped in the face and the nose mask business, but she says people still patronize the product, though not as compared to some weeks ago.
After the directive from the president on the nose mask and face mask not being mandatory, patronage is low. I have nose mask and face mask in stock. These days, people patronize the 1 cedi 1 nose mask more than that of the one in the boxes.
According to her, going back to the sewing business meant she had to start all over again.
Going back to sewing business meant I have to start all over again because I have invested all profits in the nose mask business.
To Mary, selling in the market may be profitable as she is considering to merge a new business with the face mask business she does.
Getting an alternative, I think, will do me good, but going back to my sewing business won't help me.
Now, the selling of nose masks is not lucrative as it used to be some weeks and months ago. Mary, a former seamstress who is now into the selling of nose masks, says she's not ready to go back into that business. She's rather looking for other alternatives. For Joy Business, James Eshen.
Well, in other news this morning, the Secretariat of the African Continental Free Trade Agreement is partnering with key financial service providers on the continent to provide financial support to small and medium enterprises. The move is to ensure that these firms are able to access the needed capital to scale up and trade under the agreement. Technical advisor at the AFTA Secretariat, Prudence Sabahizi, disclosed this to Joy Business.
We work with the financial institutions, we work with the Afrexim Bank, we work with the African Development Bank, FDB, and other financial institutions on the continent. So what we are trying to advocate for now, the FCFTA is not going to, the FCFTA Secretariat is not going to provide financial support, but we can create environment that will make it easy for business community to access finance. We are looking at partnering with those financial institutions to put in place a risk mitigation facility where small and medium enterprises that do not have direct access to trade finance can use that facility to be trusted. If they don't have collateral, that is a requirement for the bank, for the commercial banks, they can use that facility, the risk mitigation facility, to have access to finance. So those are some of the initiatives that we are trying to establish to make sure that we ensure inclusive FCFTA.
And that's all the business news for now. Sports is coming up next. Don't go anywhere.
All right, so time for sports, and the man Lawrence has joined me in studio for us to talk about the Kotoko, Aduana and Hearts Bichim games coming up over the weekend. How will it go? How will it affect the title race? Well, my favorite, Kuma Pembeba, is leading. I pray this weekend we're able to extend. Lawrence, good morning.
Good morning, Bill.
How are you doing?
I'm fine, thank you.
I'm good. So, yeah, analyze the games for us. How is it going to be like?
So, there is currently seven games to go in the Ghana Premier League. Kotoko, as we all know, lead the table with a 9 points gap above Bichim United, who are also looking to challenge the Porcupine Warriors. But then Bichim over the weekend host Accra Hearts of Oak, a game many feel could have an impact on the title race that much, in the sense that should Hearts of Oak beat Bichim United and Kotoko win against Aduana Stars, Kotoko will go 12 points clear of Bichim. And then should Bichim beat Hearts of Oak and Kotoko fail to win against Aduana Stars, they close the gap to 6 points.
6 points.
So it's of huge importance to both teams. For the first time this season, probably Kotoko will be looking to Hearts of Oak to do them a favor. Something that something the phobias wouldn't be too eager to do, but then you look at the fact that Hearts of Oak are also looking at probably giving a last chase and the title race, and then you feel they would want to cause an upset and then spoil Bichim's United party, because you know the fact about the game is that Bichim United haven't lost at home all season. They are just one of two sides who are yet to lose at home.
Wow. But do you believe Hearts of Oak would want to do Kotoko any good? No. Can it happen?
It's unlikely, but
because Hearts of Oak is the defending champions, right?
Yeah. They're the defending champions.
When it comes to the league titles, which team has it more? Kotoko.
Kotoko has it more.
I'm not sure this will be a...
So the thing is, Hearts of Oak would want to do Kotoko a favor, but then look at Hearts of Oak setup. And
but hold on. Do you call it a favor? Hearts of Oak will play...
They are playing for pride.
Exactly. It's not like... I'm not sure any team even does any team a favor.
Sure.
You go and try your best, but your best may not be enough on that day. So it is for the teams themselves to go out there and try to win their games. So Kotoko should win. Hearts of Oak should try. In this case, my bet will be on Hearts of Oak. Try and beat Bichim United.
There's a worry for Hearts of Oak though, because they will go into the game without Sule Muntari, Samuel Linkum, and Kofi Koji. It's a big blow for them. But then, well, for the quality that has have possessed over the season, you trust them to do something good against Bichim.
Interesting. So, if you just joined us, we are discussing the Ghana Premier League, where Kumasi Asante Kotoko will be hosting Aduana Stars in Kumasi.
Yes.
Hearts of Oak will be playing Bichim United in the home of Bichim.
They are playing at the Nana Fusuja ballpark.
And I'm told that Lawrence says Bichim United is one of two teams who are yet to lose at home this season. So it tells you the task that Hearts has to overcome this weekend. So today, Accra Great Olympics will be playing against Brekum Chelsea.
Yes.
On Saturday, we have Bichim United versus Hearts of Oak. That's before Kotoko plays on Sunday. Now on Sunday, Asante Kotoko will be playing Aduana Stars. Mediema FC will be coming up against Ashanti Gold. Dreams FC will be playing Real Tamale United. Elmina Sharks will be playing Wafa. 11 Wonders will be playing Karela United. And then Viviane Ghost Stars will be playing Kim Faisal. And then on Monday, Accra Lions versus Legon Cities. But tomorrow, the game between Bichim United and Hearts of Oak tomorrow will determine how the two teams will approach the game.
I want to give Kotoko fans a match up, in the sense that last season, before Hearts of Oak won the league, they had to go to Bichim and then beat the Hunters by a goal to nil. Salif Ibrahim got that goal, and then it helped Hearts of Oak clinch the league title. So probably they will be hoping for the same, and should that happen, that means there's good news for Kumasi Asante Kotoko, who will likely take all 3 points against Aduana Stars.
So hand go, hand come. That is what it is, and that's how we wrap up today's edition of the New Desk here on JoyNews. Remember, we are your home of fearless, independent, credible journalism. My name is Samuel Kojo Brace. There's more on myjoyonline.com. Have a great morning.